with C, Module 2 topic. Myself, Kishore Shivataya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Kendra Engineering College. I will be going through the first part of programming with C. The continued part will be taken up by Mr. Pavitra DS, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Kendra Engineering College. The first question, a C variable cannot start with what? So the option A here is digit 2, option B is letter Z, option C is alphabet A, D none of these. Now the correct option here is A 2. So the variable name can consist of alphanumeric characters, and one special character is allowed, that is underscore. And variable names must always begin with the alphabet. It cannot begin with the digit. So here the option A, that is 2, is a digit. So that is why a variable name cannot start with this. B, Z, that is a alphabet. So a variable name can start with Z. Similarly, option C, A, that is again an alphabet. So a variable name can begin with A. So D, none of these option, that is also incorrect option. So as per the rules of naming a variable in C, the option A 2 is the correct answer. So next one, the symbol for bitwise AND operator is A equal to B ampersand, C percentage, D none of this. The correct answer is B single ampersand. So the bitwise AND operator performs AND operation on individual bits of the operands. Now, if the corresponding bits of the operands are 1, then the result of AND operation will be 1. In all other cases, it is 0. It's a binary operator which takes 2 operands. Now, here the first symbol A given equal to. This is actually a assignment operator symbol. C percentage. This is a modulus operator symbol. So the correct answer is B single ampersand. D, none of this is also an incorrect option. So the one and only ternary operator available in C is. So first option here, A, that is question mark, B, that is the negation symbol, C, it is called as caret symbol, D, none of these. So the correct option here, A, that is the conditional operator, that is the correct answer. So only one ternary operator is available in C, that is conditional operator. So ternary operator is the one which takes more than 2 operands. So now here you can see here the first one, that is expression 1 is evaluated. Now if the expression 1 is true, then the expression 1 is true, then the expression true, which is the following the conditional operator, will be returned. If expression 1 is false, the expression 3 is returned, which is following the colon. So one example you can see here, Z equal to A is greater than B, conditional operator A colon B. Now if A is greater than B is true, then A is returned. If A is greater than B is false, which means that B is greater than A, so B will be returned. Every statement in C program ends with what? The options given are semicolon, colon, comma, dot. The correct answer is semicolon. So every statement in C ends with semicolon, or semicolon marks the end of any statement in C programming. Comma is used as a delimiter, and colon is used along with the ternary operator. Then dot is again a operator which is unary operator. Next, the number 0, 2, 3, 4 is dash type of integer. So the options are A decimal, C hexadecimal, B octal, D none. So the correct answer is B, octal. So here the first option, that is decimal integer. Decimal integer represents the base 10 and it can be a combination of any number from 0 to 9. Hexadecimal number is of base 16 and it can consist of any number from 0 to 9 and A to F, and it is represented in C by prefixing a number with 0x. If a number starts with 0x, then it's a hexadecimal integer. Octal number represented by base 8 can have a combination of digits from 0 to 7 and it is represented in C by appending it with the 0. So that's why 0, 2, 3, 4 is an octal integer. Which of the following is not a C language keyword? Option A int, option B main, option C char, option D main. So correct answer is option B main. Main is not a keyword. So all keywords are the words in C programming language which have predefined meaning, and all of these keywords are in lowercase. So int represents the integer data type, char represents the character data type, main here, which is in lowercase, represents the main function, whereas B, this option main here, first character is uppercase, so this is not a keyword. The shorthand notation for A equal to A plus 2 is what? So first option A plus plus, option B, A plus 2, option C, A plus equal to 2, or D, all of the above. So the correct answer is C, A plus equal to 2. So here first option A plus plus, that is actually it shows a increment operation wherein it is a post increment operation. So A, whatever value stored in A will be incremented by 1. A plus 2 is a simple arithmetic expression, whereas C, A plus equal to 2, here we are using plus equal. This is a compound assignment operator and it is similar to, or the operation performed by this statement is similar to A equal to A plus 2. Shorthand notations are used to reduce the length of the code. So all of the above is also incorrect. So the correct answer is A plus equal to 2. Similarly, we have plus equal, minus equal, or division equal. So all these are shorthand notations which can be used. Next, what should be the data type of a variable in which whole numbers are stored? So option A is int, option B is float, option C is char, option D is void. So the correct answer is option A, int. So to store a whole number, integer number, the data type is int. Char is used to store the characters, float is used to store the fractions, void represents that the function is not going to return any value. So float amount, the above statement in C specifies what? One variable name is same variable name as amount, or data type is float, or float data has to be stored in amount, or all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. So here float amount tells the compiler that I am going to use a variable by the name amount which is of float data type. So it is going to store fraction values. So that's why all of the above is the right answer. Next, in C, relational operator not equal to is denoted by which symbol? A division equal to, B not equal to, C equal to, D equal to equal to. So now the correct answer is B. B, that is not equal to. This symbol is used to represent the operator, relation operator not equal to. So the relation operators are the ones which give the result as either true or false. Now the option A here is not a relational operator, it is a compound assignment operator. Then C, that is equal to, that is the assignment operator. Then B not equal to is the actual relational operator representing the not equal to. D equal to is the comparison operator. So now you can see here example 4 not equal to 3. Since 4 is not equal to 3 is true, so the not equal to operator will return true. 4 is not equal to 4. This is false, so the not equal to operator will return false as the result. Which of the following is a unary expression? So first option A plus x, option B A plus B minus C, option C A equal to B, option D A is equal to B. So now here the right option is option A plus x. Now option B A plus B minus C is a simple arithmetic expression which involves binary operators plus and minus. So A equal to B. Again, this is also a simple arithmetic expression wherein we are using the operator, that is assignment operator, which is also a binary operator which operates on two operands. Now A equal to B, it is a comparison operator, relation operator. So which checks whether A is equal to T. This is again a binary operator. So option A is the right option where we are using plus which is the increment operator, and it is a unary operator. So any expression involving only unary operator represents a unary expression. So this is a prefix or pre-increment operator wherein it will increment the value of x by 1. So option A plus x is the right answer. Next in C, comma is used as what? Option A delimiter, B a character, C an operand, or D terminator. So the right option here is a delimiter. So C is not used as an operand, or C is not used as a character, C is not used as a terminator symbol, because semicolon is used to terminate or to use it to mark the end of the statement in the program. So C is used as a in C, comma is used as a delimiter. So example you can see here, int A equal to 10, comma B equal to 5. By here we mean that we are going to use a variable A which is of the integer type and it is initialized to value 10. Now since comma is given, so the compiler can make out that B is another variable which is also of integer type and it has to be initialized with the value 5. So comma is used as a delimiter in this case. The format identifier %i is also used to represent which data type. So option A char, option B int, option C float, option D double. Now the correct answer is int. So now char is used to represent the character data, and it is the format specifier or format identifier is %c. Float is used to represent the fractions and the format identifier is %f. Double is again used to represent the fractions and the format specifier is LF. Now int is usually represented by %d. Format specifier or format identifier is %d, but %i can also be used to represent integers, that is to read decimal, hexadecimal or octal integer type. What is the size of float data type? So the option what we have here is 4 bytes, 8 bytes, or it depends on system or compiler or cannot be determined. Right option is depends on system or compiler. So in general it is float data type, storage space reserved is 4 bytes, whereas 8 bytes is for the double data type. But if it is 32-bit 4 bytes, if it is 64-bit system, then it will be 8 bytes. So that's why it depends on the system or compiler. So do while loop terminates when the conditional expression returns what? Option A 0, option B 1, option C non-zero, option D minus 1. So the correct option here is 0. So a do while loop, which is again an exit control loop, that is a condition is tested at the end of the loop. So the loop will terminate only if the given expression of the condition returns false or 0. Until that the loop body of the loop will be executed. So in an exit control loop, if the body of the loop is executed n times, the test condition is executed how many times? So option A 0, option B 1, option C n, option D n minus 1. So option C n times is the right answer. Because in an exit controlled loop, the irrespective of the condition given in the loop, the body of the loop will be executed at least once. So that is why the number of times the body of the loop is executed and the number of times the test condition is executed are same. How many times the following while loop is executed? So 0, 1, 99 or D infinite. So now if you see here, while I equal to 1, we have initialized the value of I as 1, while while 1. So 1 is a non-zero integer, so that's why the condition is true and printf statement is executed. So again control will come back to the while loop, and now again the condition is tested. Since the I value that is 1 does not change here, so every time when the while loop while test condition is executed, the expression evaluates to true. That's why the while loop continues to execute. That's why the right option is infinite. Next, how many times the following while loop is executed? In this case, I have initialized to 1 and while A printf percentage %d comma I. So now what is the correct answer? A 0, option B 1, option C 99, D infinite. Again, the option D infinite is the right answer. So now while A that is I have given as character A, so it's the ASCII value of A, which is again a non-zero value. That is why n numbers the while loop condition it becomes true. So that is why the body of the loop will be executed infinite number of times. Next question. A C programming must contain at least one function. Option B need not contain any function. Option C needs input data. Option D must contain two functions only. So now the correct answer here is option A, contain at least one function. So a C program must contain at least one function, that is the main function from where the execution starts. So the option B, need not contain any function, is also false or incorrect. Needs input data. This is also incorrect. We can write a program just to display some message, so wherein we don't even need a input data. And must contain two functions only. This is also incorrect. A function can have more than one, a program can have more than one function, or n number of functions a program can have, but it must have at least one function. Next, which of the following statements should be used to obtain remainder after dividing 3.14 by 2.1? Option A, remainder equal to 3.14 mod 2.1. Remainder equal to mod f 3.14 comma 2.1. Option C, remainder equal to f mod 3.14 comma 2.1. Remainder cannot be obtained in the floating point division. So the right answer here is option C, remainder equal to f mod 3.14 comma 2.1. Now the first option here, 3.14 mod 2.1, will not give you the correct answer. It will give you the error, because the modulus operator cannot be used with the floating point numbers, whereas remainder equal to mod f 3.14 comma 2.1, this function is not a built-in function, so you will get the error. Then remainder equal to f mod 3.14 comma 2.1 will give you the correct answer. F mod is a built-in function. It is defined under math.h header file. Next, remainder cannot be obtained in floating point division is also incorrect. We can obtain the remainder in floating point division, but we have to use this built-in function. what are the different types of real data types in C? So 1 float and double, B short int, double and long int, float, double, long double, D double, long int, float. So the correct answer here is float, double and long double are used to represent the real data types. So float and double is correct because both are used to represent the real data. Then short int, double and long int. Long int and short int are used to represent integers, whereas float, double and long double, all three are used to represent the real data. Double, long int and float, here in this long int is used to represent the integer data type. That's why it is incorrect. So option C is the correct answer. Now, how many times I value is checked in the following code? So, option A 2 times, option B 3 times, option C 4 times, option D 1 time. So, now here the x value is, I value is 0. So, while I is less than 3, the condition is checked, that is 0 is less than 3. So, condition is true. So, control will come inside the while loop and the body of the loop is executed. I value will be incremented by 1. So, now 1 is less than 3. Again, condition is true. So, this continues till from I is 0 to 0, 1, 2, and once the I value becomes exceeds the 2 or I value becomes 3, the while condition becomes false, so the control will come outside the body of the while loop. But the condition is checked starting from the value of I 0, 1, 2 and 3, that is 4 times the I value is checked. That's why option C 4 is correct option. Next, an array element are always stored in dash memory location, that is whether it is stored in random, sequential, cyclic or none of the above. So the correct answer is sequential. Array elements are always stored in continuous memory location. We access the array by accessing the first address of the first element of the array, then incrementally sequentially we can access other elements of the array. Next, what will happen if a C program you assign a value to an array element whose subscript exceeds the value of the array? So the element will be set to 0, the compiler would report an error, the program may crash if some important data is overwritten or none of the above. So the correct answer is the element will be set to 0. So option A is the right answer. Compiler will not report any error, it might give you a warning, but when you run the program will get executed. Now example here, int a of 3. So I have given declared a array with the name a and I have given the size as 3, but the values I have initialized it with 4 values 10, 11, 12 and 14. So when I execute the program, now 10, 11, 12 will be printed, but 14 will not be printed. Instead of 14, if you try to print the array, you will see that the last element will be 0. So whichever the additional element which you add to the array, if the limit exceeds, then those elements will be initialized to 0. So the output, if I print a of 3, if I try to print, then I'll get the output as 0 here. Next, the maximum number of elements that can be stored in an array, that is a two-dimensional array with the size I have given it as 10 and 5. So it means that 10 rows and 5 columns. So what is the correct answer? A 15, B 10, C 5, D 50. So the correct answer is D 50. That is 10 into 5, total 50 elements I can store in the array, two-dimensional array. Next, how many times C is printed in the below code execution? So now here int main, then int x, I have initialized a variable x. Now for loop I am using x equal to -1, x is less than or equal to 10, x plus plus So now if x is less than 5, now since x value is here now -1, so obviously the condition is that -1 is less than or equal to 10 is true, so control will come inside the for loop. Now I'm checking whether x is less than 5. So obviously -1 is less than 5, so whatever is there in the if part will be executed. In if I have given continue, so that's why control will come to this part now. So increment takes place, so x becomes 1. So obviously 1 is less than or equal to 10. So again the if part is executed. So 1 is less than 5 condition is true. So continue is executed. So this process continues until the x value becomes 5. Once the x value becomes 5, the 5 is less than 5 condition is false. So if part will not be executed. So control will go to the else part. In the else part, I have given break here. So that's why the control will directly come out of the for loop and return 0 is executed. That is why the printf statement is never executed. So printf statement is executed 0 times. So C option C 0 times is the correct answer. Now, what will be the output of the following program? So now here int y equal to 128, I have initialized a variable y with value 128 and I am giving constant int x equal to y. So now whatever value is there in y will be stored in x. So printf percentage d slash n comma x when I give. So the output will be the value of x. X the value whatever value was there in y is stored in x. So the correct answer is 128. Option A 128. So which of the following is not a storage class? So option A auto, option B static, option D register, option D const. So in this option D const is not a part of storage class, whereas auto, static and register are the part of storage class. Const is not a storage class. Any variable which is declared with const specifies that the value of that particular variable will not change throughout the program execution. For example, we are given that in the previous question, constant int x equal to the value of y. So the x value will always be 128 and it will not change until the program execution is over. So if two strings are identical, then string compare function will return what? Option A -1, option B 1, option C 0, option D null. So string compare function is used to represent or is used to find out if two strings are identical or not, or are they same or not. So two strings it will take as input and compare both the strings. So if both the strings are same, then the string compare function will return, will return 0. So now if 0 is returned, it means that both the strings are identical. So that's why option C 0 is the right option. Next, what is the return value of putchar? So the putchar function here, option A, the character return, end of file if error occurs, nothing, or D, both the character return and end of file if error occurs. Now here the putchar function will return the whatever character is given or whatever character is written, that character will be returned by the putchar function. For example, C char C equal to A, putchar C, this will print C on the console.
Which of the following function is more appropriate for reading in a multi-word string? Option A, printf. Option B, scanf. Option C, gets. Option D, puts. Answer is option C, gets. Scanf and gets are input functions. Scanf reads input until it encounters white space, new line, or end of file, whereas gets reads input until it encounters new line or end of file. Printf and puts are output functions. Next question is, which of the following cannot be checked in switch case statement? Option A, character. Option B, integer. Option C, float. Option D, enum. Answer is option C, float. The expression used in switch must be integral type such as int, character and enum. Any other type of expressions such as float or double are not allowed. The library function used to find the last occurrence of a character in a string is option A, string ncopy, option B, last string, option C, string r character, option D, none. Answer is option C, string r character, because it returns the last occurrence of a character in a string. Function provides option A, modularity, option B, reusability, option C, both A and B, option D, none of the above. Answer is option C, both A and B, because function supports both modularity as well as reusability. Applications of two-dimensional array. Option A, multiplying two matrices. Option B, searching elements of a matrix. Option C, sorting elements of a matrix. Option D, all of the above. Answer is option D, all of the above, because two-dimensional array is used to perform all matrix manipulations. Which function will you choose to join two words? Option A, strcpy, option B, strncon, option C, strcat, option D, strlen. Answer is option C, strcat, that is string concatenation, which is used to join or attach two words. Each string ends with a special character. Option A, /0, option B, 1, option C, /n, option D, end. Answer is option A, /0. That is also known as a null character. The following function finds the length of the string. Option A, strlen, option B, len, option C, strcat, option D, strcpy. Answer is option A, strlen, that is string length, which is used to find the total number of characters in string. By default, dash is return type of C function. Option A, int, option B, float, option C, void, option D, double. Answer is option A, int. If return type is not explicitly specified in the function, then it is considered as the integer. The keyword used to transfer control from a function back to the calling function is option A, switch, option B, go to, option C, go back, option D, return. Answer is option D, return. The return statement ends the execution of a function and returns control to the calling function. Execution resumes in the calling function at the point immediately following the call. This statement can return a value to the calling function. The variable known only within the function it is defined is called dash variable. Option A, local, option B, global, option C, static, option D, external. Answer is option A, local, because local variable can be accessed only within the function in which they are defined. The parameters used in a function call are called dash parameters. Option A, local, option B, global, option C, actual, option D, formal. Answer is option C, actual. Here, local and global are types of variables. Actual parameter are parameters as they appear in function calls, whereas formal parameters are parameters as they appear in function declaration. So answer is option C, actual. In C, if you pass an array as an argument to a function, what actually gets passed? Option A, value of elements in array. Option B, first element of the array. Option C, base address of the array. Option D, address of the last element of array. Answer is option C, base address of the array. Base address means it is the address of the first element of the array. That is the location of the first element of the array in the memory. A pointer is declared by using a statement such as option A, int star p, option B, point, option C, point star p, option D, int p. Answer is option A, int star p. That is the syntax of declaring pointer variable is data type followed by star and variable name. The structure member operator is option A, period, option B, yes, option C, ampersand, option D, greater than. Answer is option A, that is period dot operator is used to access any member of a structure. If a variable is pointed to structure, then which of the following operator is used to access data member of structure through pointer variable? Option A, dot operator, option B, ampersand, option C, star or multiplication, option D, arrow. Answer is option D, arrow. So this arrow is formed by using the minus sign followed by a greater than sign. The dot operator is used to access a member of structure, whereas arrow operator in C is used to access a member of a struct which is referenced by the pointer. Address stored in pointer variable is of type option A, integer, option B, float, option C, array, option D, character. Answer is option A, integer. Pointer variable of any type contains integer address because address of variable is always an integer. What is the purpose of fflush function? Option A, flushes all streams and specified streams. Option B, flushes only specified stream. Option C, output buffer. Option D, flushes file buffer. Answer is option C, output buffer. fflush, that is file flush, is used for output stream only. Its purpose is to clear or flush the output buffer and move the buffer data to console or disk. Dash is used for during memory deallocation. Option A, remove of P. Option B, delete of P. Option C, free of P. Option D, terminate. Answer is option C, free of P. So P is nothing but the pointer value. So free function is used to deallocate the memory previously allocated by a call to calloc, malloc and realloc. Calloc function returns a storage that is initialized to option A 0, option B null, option C nothing, option D 1. Answer is option E 0. It is a contiguous allocation function which allocates memory and initializes all bits to 0. In command line argument, argc, which refers to argument count, should be dash. Option A, non-negative. Option B, non-positive. Option C, non-zero. Option D, both A and B. Answer is option A, non-negative. Argument count is the first parameter that we use to store the number of command line arguments. And it is important to note that the value of argument count should be greater than or equal to 0. So option A is the answer. A preprocessor command, option A, need not start on new line. Option B, need not start on the first column. Option C, has hash as the first character. Option D, none. Answer is option C, has hash as the first character. All preprocessor commands begin with the hash symbol. For example, hash define, hash include, hash if, hash endif, etc. std out, std in, and std error are option A, file pointers, option B, file descriptors, option C, streams, option D, structures. Answer is option C, streams. In C, all inputs and output is done with the streams. So stream is nothing but the sequence of bytes of data. A sequence of bytes flowing into program is known as input stream. A sequence of bytes flowing out of the program is known as output stream. And standard error stream is used to display the error messages. In which header file is the null macro defined? Option A, stdio.h, option B, math.h, option C, standard define.h, option D, both A and C. Answer is option D, both A and C. stdio.h and stdtf.h are used to define various variable types and macros, whereas math.h is used to define various mathematical functions. Which of the following is the correct usage of conditional operators used in C? Option A greater than B question mark C equal to 30 colon C is equal to 40. Option B, A greater than B question mark C equal to 30. Option C, maximum equal to A greater than B question mark A greater than C question mark A colon C colon B greater than C question mark B colon C. Option D, written A greater than B question mark A colon B. Answer is option C. Option C is a proper way of writing conditional operators to find the greatest number out of three numbers. In code, the P2 is integer pointer or integer. Typedef int star pointer pointer P1 P2. Option A integer, option B integer pointer, option C error in declaration, option D none of the above. Answer is option B integer pointer, because if you see in the question, typedef int star pointer. So we create a new type here, int star, so that is a pointer. Then we write pointer P1 and P2. So answer is option B integer pointer, because here both the variable P1 and P2 becomes integer. In which stage the following code, that is hash include stdio.h, get replaced by the content of the file stdio.h? Option A during editing, option B during linking, option C during execution, option D during preprocessing. Answer is option D during preprocessing. During preprocessing, the preprocessor replaces the line hash include stdio.h with the system header file of that name. An array index starts with option A -1, option B 1, option C 0, option D 3. Answer is option C 0. Index always starts from 0.